What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, once again. And today, people, I'm finally answering your question. Because a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people have been asking me about the recently announced Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 1. And this makes a lot of sense. I did just finish up a series that started off with the premise, wouldn't it be nice if Destiny had a World of Lore book? And wouldn't it be nice if they expanded the lore in the game? And wouldn't it be nice if Bungie got better writers? Well, I guess, potentially 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Right? You know what I'm saying, right? Anyways, now before we dive into the book, which we will in a moment, I want to go ahead and set a level of expectation for the lore in Forsaken, because there's been a lot of Destiny is saved, Malin Games is advising Bungie on how to write the lore, and yada 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 stuff like that. From the sounds of it, this Grimoire project was the project that he was working on, so I think it's important to get that out in the open because I don't want to see Forsaken come out and it sucks or it retcons a bunch of stuff and everyone jumps on Matt because, well, he was working on the lore, he failed us. No, from everything that I can see, from everything that I understand, he was working on this book. So I just want to put that out there, so if it comes out and Forsaken sucks, it was not his fault. He had nothing to do with it. From my general understanding, at least, I could be wrong. He could have written all of the Destiny Forsaken lore, but I think given what he does professionally, from what I know, this is all he would have had time for. I mean, I'm just making an assumption there, but don't jump on Matt if the lore sucks in Forsaken. That's all I'm saying. I think all he was doing was advising on this book and this book series. All right, now with that out of the way, back to the book. So, there's what I want from the book, there's what I'm okay with getting from the book, and then there's probably what we'll actually get. So the product page for the book reads, Bungie presents Destiny Grimoire Anthology, a must-have collectible lore compendium designed and assembled for the Destiny devotee and enlightened scholar and lore lover, as well as fans of fantasy and science fiction storytelling. Until now, the myths, the mysteries, the machinations of the Destiny universe were found hidden throughout the world. Enticing threads that hinted at a greater tapestry. The Destiny Grimoire Anthology weaves tales from multiple sources together for the first time, casting new light on Destiny's most legendary heroes, infamous villains, and their greatest moments of triumph and tragedy. Each unique volume intends to illuminate a facet of the world, and the complete anthology will confirm and challenge players' thoughts and assumptions on what it means to be a Guardian, offering new and differing perspectives on the cosmic war that rages between the Traveler and its ancient enemies. Volume 1 is titled Dark Mirror. So of course, after reading that, my initial thoughts are, is this like a in-universe book? Sort of like the World of Ice and Fire, or the Halo Universe book, or the Journal of Dr. Halsey? So, of course, me being me, I took to Twitter and asked Matt, because he worked on it, what this book actually was about. I said, is this just the lore? Assuming it's the Book of Sorrows and likely other Hive lore? Or is this a sort of World of book exploring Hive lore? And will there be never-seen-before lore in it? Which is kind of the impression the product page gives. Matt replies, of course, you'll have to wait and see, smiley face. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and assume, because I like to assume the best of people, that for the sake of argument, he's just not wanting to potentially violate any NDAs, so it is what it is. The first comment after that is some dude saying, it would be nice to know what we're buying, and the guy's absolutely right. I think we need to see more of this book, we need to see more of this project, before they start asking people to buy it. I mean, if this is a World of sort of book, they have to have a page or two where it's not like spoiling anything new, but it's like, hey, when you buy this, this is what you can expect. Instead of a page with some really cool art, which, hey, really fucking cool art, and then just a page from the Book of Sorrows. It's like, okay, that's cool, but what actually is this book? But it's like I said, there's what I want, there's what I'm okay with, and then there's probably what's going to happen. So what I want is an in-canon, in-lore, in-world exploration of the lore from the point of view of characters in the world. Now, if you've ever read a World of book that takes this approach, like A World of Ice and Fire, or the Halo Universe book, or the Dr. Halsey book, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who've never read a World of book written in this style, when you do have one written like this, it allows the writing team to expand on the world. It also adds character to the writing. Because what's the difference between buying this book and reading a Wikipedia page? Well, it would be the character. This also allows the character to kind of comment on what we know. So it's like, they could be like, oh, here's the lore entry, this is what we know, this is the information that we've recovered, but then we also have this other information here, and here's my opinion on what actually happened. It's really cool when books do that. Because this approach doesn't retcon what you know. They could be wrong, the writer could be wrong, the author could be wrong. And it's really interesting when you have stuff like that because there's like what we know, there's what they know in the in-universe. So this kind of explores like the difference of knowledge between us and them, and it would be really cool to see. Like, what do people in-world actually know about these events versus what we know about these events from the direct lore that we have? And then there's, the ability for these characters to, in-world, go up to Lord Saladin and go, hey, can you clarify this? Or go up to Lord Shaxx and go, hey, can you clarify this? Or go up to Zavala or Amanda or any of these characters and say, hey, could you clarify this? And it's just a really cool aspect of these sort of books. And then there's what's more likely to happen, which is we'll get all the lore from the games and the grimoire kind of compiled into different books, with a couple of author annotations here or there. And then there's what I'm afraid will actually happen, and it's just basically the grimoire printed out and bound in a book form, with a couple of pages of art here and there, which look really nice, but they're like, here's the Darkness lore, here's the Book of Sorrows, here's some Tolan stuff. Then they look at it, slap some really cool pictures here and there, and they're like, fuck it, good enough, and they ship it like that. Like, I mean, at that point, what's the difference between this book and a Wikipedia page? Nothing. And I'm sure you can gather what my problem with that is, because if they go all in, if they do a true, really nice World of book, then that's a labor of love. But if they just photocopy the lore from the grimoire and throw it out there, that's just a cash grab. I mean, this sounds like a cool project, don't get me wrong. I think it'll still be nice to have this as a collector's item, even if it is the worst case scenario. I'm just a huge fan of when people go above and beyond when it comes to these sort of companion, out-of-world extras. And we know Bungie is capable of going above and beyond the Call of Duty when it comes to this sort of thing. Look at the Cade 6 journal. So I'm not expecting anything that's never been produced by Bungie. I mean, look at the Destiny 1 CE book. Yeah, there was a Destiny 1 CE book that shipped. It had maps, it had postcards, it had this arms and armament book that talked about the different weapons and had diagrams and annotations and notes. It was just really cool. And yeah, this book would have been really cool even if it was just a field manual with just pictures of different guns and how they functioned. But they went above and beyond and gave it character. I always thought that book was really cool, and I love it when companies go above and beyond to produce things like that. And of course, I mean, we have to look at the Cade 6 Treasure Island book that was turned into Cade 6's journal, with photographs and a strange coin and a hollowed out back, and it was just really cool, really fun, and it added a lot to the world of Destiny. But anyways, I'm super excited to get my hands on this book when it comes out. It's something I've always wanted from the world of Destiny, and I will be reviewing it once it's released. This video, I guess it's just a collection of my hopes and dreams for this book, because I really, really hope they don't take the easy way out. That said, the artwork is phenomenal. So even if they do take the easy way out, it looks like the art team will be carrying Destiny a little further, because they seem to always be doing that. God, man, that art team, dude. That art team, they do a lot of work for Destiny. Destiny wouldn't be half as good as it is without that art team. Damn, man. They always do some top-notch work. Anyways, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below, and like always, stay frosty.